Okay. Good morning, students. Hello. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That means I am audible to you people. Okay. So now I'm starting sharing my screen. Okay. Yesterday, what I have told you people, something about this narrative. Please listen to these questions carefully because these are very important questions. That's why I'm just saying each and every point to you people. Okay. Any confusion regarding yesterday's class? Anyone is having any kind of doubt regarding yesterday's class, he or she may ask me. Have you gone through the notes? Have you gone through the notes? Hello? Anyone is having any problem, any doubt, you may ask me. Again and again I am saying you people. Okay, then I think I should proceed. Okay. The four main types of essays we have come to this part, this narrative part. Yesterday I have told you about something about this narrative part, what are the main types. In the previous class, we have discussed about this descriptive writing and expository writing style. Okay, so we have come to that hobbies and crafts. That's our good examples of expository style of writing, and the writing that involves metaphors and similes that are of descriptive writing. Now, so what is a narrative writing? Yesterday I have explained in a very short about what is a narrative writing. Any one of you can say me what is a narrative writing? It is being already described. Any examples of this narrative writing? Any one of you can say it to me? What is a narrative writing? Any example from your point of view? I want to know. Because a lengthy discussion was held in the yesterday's class. No one. Examples of narrative writing. Someone has asked me about the sagas. I hope that you people have remembered this one, the epic poems, sagas, myths, legends, and fables. These are of narrative writing. So what is a narrative writing? Narrative writing is far more complex than simple descriptive writing. While a poem, for example, may describe a scene or events or people, generally you do not get into the deep inner thoughts of the characters or even get a full story with a clear middle, beginning, and end, complete with conflict and dialogue. Nearly all fiction novels fall into this case of narrative writing, as well as longer epic poems and sagas. I have already described what is a saga, what is epic poem. Now, in narrative writing, this is a story to be told, a clear plot, complete with setting, characters, dialogue, conflict, and resolution. A narrative piece often has a timeline or sequence of events which further build to the point of conflict and resolution. Now, what do you mean by narration? What do you mean by narration? Narrative writing, narration, narrative. So what do you mean by narration? The word narration means?
Ma'am, telling story in detail.
Yeah. The process of telling a story. Okay. Can we say that a story is the main idea to find anyone in the story, any character? The story is the only medium of the main idea. Can anybody's narrative technique helps to make his storytelling way effective? Yes or no? Yes or no? If I tell a story in a good manner, then will it make effective or not? Yes. If I will read the story, then no one will have any interest. But if we narrate the story in a manner, in how with actions, then it will be more effective. Now, narration, what are the examples? The fiction novels, memories, biographies, screenplays, epic poems, sagas, myths, legends and fables, historical accounts, essays which talk about a lesson learned or valuable insight from an experience. Now, essay which talk about a lesson. Please take care of this one. I am saying this one. Okay. Essay which talk about a lesson learned or valuable insight from an experience. What do you mean by an insight? What do you mean by insight? Please tell me. And all of you, please mark your attendance in the LMS. After that, don't tell me, madam, there is no network. What do you mean by insight? What is the meaning of insight? Anyone? What is the meaning of insight? I have used the word here, insight. Insight from an experience. What is the meaning of insight? Please tell me, anyone. It is a very rare word which we use every day. Accuracy, you know. Accuracy. Hello. Am I audible or not? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because you people are so silent, I think I am not audible to you. Okay, do you know what is the meaning of accuracy? Accuracy, you know what is the meaning? Yes or no, you can say or not. There are 46 students, but there is no voice from any one of you. Shall I stop the class? Shall I stop the class? Then
No, ma'am.
because I'm
No,
not
ma'am.
getting any response, then there is no need to say. I should stop, then I will share the just notes to people. Okay, insight from an experience. Narrative writing pieces are generally easy to identify, although sometimes it can be confused with descriptive writing styles. The key difference in determining which one a written work might be, whether or not there is a developed storyline or plot. If there is a well-developed plot and storyline, you are most likely reading narrative writing. Now, there is persuasive writing. What do you mean by a persuasive writing? Narrative writing, already many things have been told to you people. What is a narrative writing? What do you mean by a narrative writing? What are the examples of narrative writings? Okay, there are various things of narrative writing and all those things. Now, the furthermost thing is that the first person is always in a perspective part. How we say, how our tempo of saying the story or something which we are narrating, it also plays a very important part. We have to use, in narrative writing, we have to use some of the verbs. That verb should be interesting. And we have to use conversation. That is the main basic things. That is the conversation, and how we think that our conversation, what we have told, is effective. How? By the feedback, by the questioning of the audiences. Now, what is the way of narrating any kind of writing, or when we are saying something, what is the structure, what we follow? First is the beginning, after how it is been going on, that means the rising action. After that, what we have? A climax. After that, what we have? Any characters falls down. And finally, the ending resolution part. That is the main thing of a narrative writing, how it goes on. So first is the beginning, after that the action taking place, next is the climax. After that, some stories end there only, but some stories go ahead. That is the falling action and the ending resolution. Now, how we can say, what is the example? If some piece of writing is being given to you, how we can say it is a narrative, example of a narrative writing? First, there will be a title. There must be a title in the narrative writing. After that, the introduction part. After that, the introduction part. Next one, from where the story is starting, that is the beginning. After that, the middle part. Next, the end of the story. After that, the conclusion part. Okay, so how many paragraphs we can see over here? Introduction, beginning of the story, the middle events, end of the story, and conclusion. Okay, so there are 6 parts where we can find that is an example of a narrative writing.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
paragraph is a narrative writing.
How you can say paragraph is a narrative writing? A paragraph can be of 3 types. How you can say a paragraph? How you can say it is a paragraph is saying something. It is narrating something. It is a what a fiction, what is a poem. See, the example is given. Fiction novels, memories, biographies, screenplays, epic poems, sagas, myths, legends and fables, and historical accounts. There are some personal narratives that comes in the biographies. The examples come in the biographies. Okay. Now, when you will write anything, you have to use I. Suppose that today I went for a morning walk. After that, from where you have this, what is how your introduction? You will start the way from today or I when you are writing something about yourself. Okay. And before writing anything, there are certain rules in narrative writing. Anyone has read any of the novels, any of the English novels? Anyone? Any people? You have read any of the English novel?
Ma'am, Gulliver's Travel.
Okay. So I think if you have read those things, I will not ask any question from that. Okay. If you have read the novel, then you have noticed certain things.
Merchant of Venice.
Yeah?
Merchant of Venice.
Okay. Okay. Anyone has read any of the novels? You people have must notice something, that the first thing, it is very attractive. The way they used to write, the fonts they use, they're very attractive. Okay. Next thing is that the story is being clear to you in the introduction part in a short form that what you are going to read. Now, they used to give some of the interesting points of the novels in the introduction part, or you can see the summary type. They used to check their spellings. They ask for your feedback that if you find any mistakes, you can just give your feedback in this mail or this number or the address. Okay. The basic thing is that they used to follow the punctuation and the spelling part in a very correct way, because if the punctuation part is means by mistake they have done any kind of mistake, the whole meaning is being changed. Okay, now they take care of the audience taste. What is the reader's taste? Okay, for there the audience interest is the most important thing, or it matters. The audience matters for them, because if the audience will not find that novel good, they will not go ahead, or they will not say anyone, they will not prefer any one of the friends. Next, finally, they used to provide in the last of the novel the some words with the meanings, or the some quotes they used to write. Can you say me what is the last part is called? What is the last part of the novel is called? There are certain types of small words. Bibliographies or what? What things have been called?
Bibliography.
Bibliography. Bibliography means
Epilogue.
huh?
Epilogue.
Please tell me again. Hello. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Can you tell me what is that? Bibliography or what? Some novels,
Yes, ma'am.
some novels you will find they will write bibliography. Some novels you will find they will write references. Huh? There are certain references also. Their list of references is also there. They used to give. And some words they used to give in which page number those words are there. The main thing is that the bibliography is the source from where they have gathered the knowledge and all those things. Okay. Now, the next thing I am coming to the persuasive writing. You will definitely get questions from this one. This 4 kinds of writing, you will get questions in your examination. Be assured of that. Persuasive writing is a type of writing style where the purpose is to influence someone into believing or doing something. As the word persuasive suggests, your goal is to persuade someone's action or thoughts to align with your own goals. Okay, to align with your own goals. What do you mean by word? Before coming to anything, if there is some kind of words, try to understand the meaning of that word. So, what is the meaning of persuasive? Meaning of persuasive. Anyone? To believe in something. Okay. That means to believe to someone or believe in something. That is persuasive. Can you use this word persuasive in your any of the example? Can you make any sentence? Any sentence? If I say the teacher is able to persuade his students. The teacher is able to persuade his students. Is it correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Next, I'm coming to this whole thing. Now, the persuasive writing essay is a popular homework assignment for many kids. For example, a student might be assigned to write an essay to convince their parents of something, why we should get a pet dog, and 5 reasons you could not make me clean my room. Okay. Persuasive writing is intended to convince someone of something, and so it usually needs to have a good bit of research and logical analysis, but also should attempt to make an emotional connection to the desired audience as well. Here are some examples. Please, I will say that please remember the examples of different kinds of writing. Please try to remember the examples. If you will remember the example, the matter will be clear to you. Here are some examples of types of writing which are persuasive writing. Now, editorial and opinion pieces in newspapers and magazines, essay on a specific belief or hot button topic, letters written to request an action or file a complaint, advertisement convincing you to buy something, copywriting. Note, copywriting is different from copyright. Okay, please notice that copyright and copywriting, both things are different. Copyright is something different and copywriting is something different, copyright is something different. Please note this one. Okay, next. Company brochures, business proposals, political speeches. Now, when the intention of the work is to convince the audience of something, this falls into persuasive writing. Okay, when the intention of the work is to convince the audience of something, this falls into persuasive writing. Got it? All of you got it? Any problem, any queries?
Yes, ma'am.
Then ask me. Anyone is having any question, he or she can ask me. Please ask me if you are having any questions. Anyone is having any questions, please ask me. I am telling you again and again, because it is a very important chapter. From your examination point of view, it is a very important chapter. Please tell me. Have you understand the 4 types of writing? Please name them. What are the 4 types of writing? Please name. Descriptive, expository, and what? Narrative and persuasive. Is it?
Thank you.
If I give you the 4 names and another in the option A, if I give you the 4 names, correct. In option B, I will give you another name, because there are certain paragraphs also. If I give you those name of those paragraphs, so please remember the 4 names of this persuasive writing. What are the 4 types of persuasive? Sorry, what are the 4 types of writing styles? Please remember those things. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Now, so I think you have no confusions right now. Do you have any confusion? I am asking again. Jishan Ahmed, Rohit Kumar.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
Anything? Any questions?
Nothing, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. Now.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah. Hello.
Ma'am, I want to ask a question.
Yeah. Please ask.
Ma'am, a person want to write on a story and publish it.
Public.
Then how?
1 minute.
And
Person wants
he
to
want
write.
to. Ma'am, suppose that a person wants to write on a story and want to publish it in public. Then
Okay.
what will to do is
What he will do?
him?
First
What
of
will to do him? Yes, ma'am.
Miss, if I am writing some articles or some stories, okay, then I
Yes,
want
ma'am.
to publish it. For what? In magazine, in
Yes,
weekly, newspaper, where?
Uh, suppose book, ma'am.
Yeah, that book will
जैसे
be of a
कि
fiction story, short story, or a novel.
yes, ma'am.
What it will be?
Novel, ma'am. Novel.
Novel. The single series novel it will be, okay. First thing, from where you have collected the references you have to write. Okay. Then the novel, what he is writing, there will be check. There is will copy, means the cross checking. You have to make those things in the cross checking procedure where all the grammatical errors and all those things before printing you have to make check. Okay. And if you have copied some from else, then it will be not okay, because if someone puts that content, there are certain software out there which are being used for the PhDs that they have not copied from there. So if you put there, all things will come out from there where they have copied. Okay, they charge a huge amount for checking those things. After that, it goes for the printing. There is a plagiarism. There is a plagiarism. If he had copied from somewhere else, if you've copied from net and all those things, if the content will put in the plagiarism, it will show each and everything that from where he have copied the lines. The plagiarism will show you can't copy anything more than 10% from anywhere. That is the plagiarism. Okay. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, I'm coming
Yes,
to, yeah. Anyone, any doubt? Now, we have come to this one. Up to here, we have completed. Now, language and style. What is language and style? A language. Yesterday, we have completed about here, the two types we have completed. Yes or no? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, we have completed this topic. 4 main types of writing: expository. After that, what? Descriptive. After that, narrative and persuasive. Now we will come to this topic, language and style. What is a language? A vehicle of human communication, some kind of activity. What is a style? A manner of conducting this activity. Now, language and style. Language style is defined as the choice of words used by a specific group of people when they speak. Different language styles are used to convey different information. Ensure you know when to use each style. Next, language to attract attention, used to grab the reader's attention. Short, snappy sentences. What do you mean by short, snappy sentences? What is the meaning of short, snappy sentences? Please tell me. Snappy means what? What is the meaning of snappy?
I'm funny.
Huh?
Funny.
No funny, it is hard. That means fast.
Oh,
It is an adjective. Snappy is an adjective. Okay. So, short, snappy sentences. So now what will we understand that what is the meaning of short, snappy sentences? If I say, hey, just look here. What is this? Look at me. This is short, snappy sentence. Listen carefully. Short, snappy sentences. Stop doing these things. Short, snappy sentences. These are the examples of short, snappy sentences. Okay. Got it? That attracts very rare. We catch very fast. In the class, we say, stop doing these activities. We used to say, stop doing these activities. No, we used to say, stop doing these activities. What are you doing? This. So, snappy is an adjective word. Now, language to present facts clearly, short and concise sentences so people understand. No unnecessary description. Language to present facts clearly, short and concise sentences so people understand. No unnecessary description. Next, language to impress, persuade, unusual words and complex sentences structures so people are impressed with you or the products you are trying to sell. Now, your homework. What is your homework today? I am just saying. Okay, my voice is clear. The someone
Yes,
will say,
ma'am.
I'm not able to hear your voice. That's why I have not done my homework. That's why before that I am asking you people, my voice is clear now? Please write 10 short snappy sentences. Please write 10 short snappy sentences. You people have understood what is a snappy sentence? Is it clear? Have you understand the term snappy sentences? Huh?
Yes.
Repeat once more.
Okay, I am repeating. Where are you? What are you doing? Look at me. This. Very short sentences that are being spoken fast. That attracts our attention. Okay. That attracts our attention in a very quick manner. Okay. Now any confusion?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, language to present facts clearly, short and concise sentences so people understand, no unnecessary description. Now, language to impress, persuade, unusual words and complex sentences structure so people are impressed with you or the products you are trying to sell. This is a very good thing that the people who are selling the products, they are very good in their communication. They are very good in their way of presenting. Okay, their body language as well as their tone. By this thing, they used to sell a huge number of products. They convince the customers to buy their products. Now, language to summarize information, use bullet pointed sentences. Language to collect data from forms. If in an army I will tell in a very sweet voice, then will the soldiers will listen to me? No. So in that case, the major used to use bullet pointed sentence statements. Okay. Now, language to collect data from forms. Simple instructions so people can fill out the form and it's not too cluttered with direction. Boxes needed to be big enough to write in and often have an individual box for each character. Detailed instruction, if required, should be provided separately. So how we are writing, these are the various writing styles which are talking, because when we are filling any kind of form, you can see there are certain types of boxes are there, certain tick marks, So each and everything is being clear to you. Okay, these are the various writing styles, the language they are using in a very simple that every people can understand. Okay. Languages, communicative. Okay, these points, please remember these 4 points. Languages, please remember these 4 points. Okay. Communicative, arbitrary, structured, and generative. If I say what is language? Communicative, arbitrary, structure, and generative. If I will give you different words other than these things, then the option will be wrong. Now, communicative permits communication between individuals. Arbitrary, the relationship between language symbols and their meaning is arbitrary. Structure, the pattern of language symbol is not arbitrary. The boy ran from the lion versus the lion ran from the lion. Generative, basic units of language words can be used to build limitless number of meanings. A sentence that has never seen before can be understood with no problem. So from here you have to just remember what is language, types of language, what it involves. That involves communicative, arbitrary, structured, and generative. Please remember these 4 words. Next one. 5 aspects of language. What are the, how many aspects of language are there? 3, 2, 1, 5. So there are 5 aspects of language. That is phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, and pragmatics. These are very using the phonology is a very huge chapter, phonetics and phonology. Basically, phonology is the study of phonetics. That is phonology. It is the sound system of language. The basic units of sound of any given language are its phonemes of the language. There are 33 phonemes. I think there are 33 phonemes are there in the phonetics part. Okay, there are several writing styles they used to give lines down, upward, some curve are there. Okay, so phoneme is that thing only. It is a very huge part. If you will go deep, then it will be a totally literature. Okay. So for your knowledge, I am just saying you that there are total altogether 44 phonemes are there. Okay. If you can remember, you can remember it that there are 44 phonemes. Now, morphology. Rules for forming words from sounds, except past tense, etc. Next, syntax. Rules for forming sentences from words. You can remember this one, syntax. What is the syntax? What is the rule of forming sentences from words? Dash. Phonology, morphology, semantics, syntax. That is syntax. Semantics, the aspects of language that concerns meaning. Pragmatics, rules specifying how language is used appropriately in different social contexts. Now, language components. All language are equal from a linguistic point of view. They all have sound and sound system. They all have words and word meaning. All have grammar, meaning sound and grammar. These 3 are interconnected with each other. Now, sound, phonetics, phonology, grammar, syntax, morphology, meaning, and semantics. Okay, in order to analyze or describe any language, we need these 3 components to work together, not independently. No one can work independently, okay? To arrive at an adequate analysis or description, each component have further subdivision or levels which works as complementary for one another. What are those complementary from of one another? Just see, I have given you how each one is being connected from each one, okay? Sound, grammar, meaning, phonetics, syntax, semantics, phonology, morphology. Okay, and this is the most important thing, that all that grammar, how they are being interconnected in this triangle. Without sound, first that is a meaning, after the sound, after that grammar. If you are very good in your language part but your grammar is weak, you can't write anything very clearly and no one will understand that what you have written. Okay, now you can say me, anyone, any confusion? both the things I have come.